Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Renew Show, where we're seeking to give you real knowledge for your journey. I'm one of your hosts, Khalif Crumbly, and I just want to first say hello and thank you guys for last week. Everyone who was able to attend and make the show great, everybody who's been mentioning the show on your channels, it's been wonderful, and we just really appreciate the support and love. And thank you for you guys coming out tonight and joining us. And turn it over to my co-host, Julie Wilson.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are really looking forward to speaking with our guest, and I want to thank you for tuning in last week. And there has been an overwhelming response from this community, and I'm so excited because I see amazing things happening, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome, everybody, to the show. Thank you for tuning in last week. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Last week, just like Julie and Khalif said, was amazing. The interaction within the comment section, the questions coming in, the support for the show, even days after, with people mentioning it in their videos and just talking about it in general. We so appreciate that support. That's what's going to help make the show grow stronger and stronger every week. And we're glad that you tuned in tonight for the show.
All right, well, tonight is our first show with a guest, and we have joining us Jumoke Hill from Jumoke TV Fitness, and he's somebody that I've been following for a while on this channel, and he also has another channel which is just Jumoke TV, and he has over 2 million video views on that channel. He is a singer, and he'll probably get into that if it involves his journey. And before I start babbling on and take away from his time, we're going to turn things over to Jumoke. But first, I just want to say that I'm happy that you joined, and we'll allow the host to say hello to you as well.
Hey, Jumoke. Thank you so much for joining us. I've spent a lot of time watching your videos lately, and you truly deserve to be in this seat. So thank you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Jumoke, I don't know a lot about you, but I have watched a lot of the videos lately so that I could prepare some questions and welcome you to the show. I'm so glad that you're here, and just from what I've watched, I know you have so much to offer this community, and I'm just glad that you're here. Welcome to Renew.
Thank you guys for having me. This is my first, second actually, Google Plus interview, hangout type thing. Yeah.
All right, so why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, tell us about your journey, wherever you want to start. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Jumoke, from the Bay Area. I've been singing and trying to just live my life forever. I feel like I've been battling against my weight being the focus of my life. I never wanted my weight to be the main thing you remember when you see Jumoke, and I've kind of been battling to make sure that that's not. I've never been a healthy weight in my entire life, so I do not know what a healthy weight is going to look like. I don't know. I'm going to be a totally different person by the end of this journey, and I look forward to that day. I've been battling this for a while. I've lost weight, not a big number, but I lost weight, and I got oh yeah, this is working, and I gained weight back, and I've done that cycle for a long time. And I don't know what's different about this time, but I feel it being different, and I feel like I'm going to actually complete it this time. I'm just in a different mindset. I'm happy and determined to do this, and I've always felt like my story. I don't ever want Jumoke and the weight loss that I'm doing just to be about folks who are overweight and want to lose weight. I've always wanted my journey to inspire everyone to, whether you want to gain weight, whether you want to follow a dream, whatever it is you want to do. I've always wanted my journey to bring people together, because I feel like we always find ways to separate each other, and I feel like through me and my journey that I can, bridge a gap between skinny people and big people, because I've been around skinny people my whole life, and I feel like there really shouldn't feel or be a divide. If we work together, I think we could all have the healthiest life we could possible. And that's just been my mission when I do my weight loss, and when I'm working out every day. I'm fighting to get to a person I never met, and I look forward to that day when I'm able to go shopping in a regular store and just buy whatever clothes I want. I've always been in music. I've always been singing, and that's when I started YouTube. I started YouTube years ago. That was why I started YouTube. I wanted to sing. I felt like on YouTube people looked past the exterior, and if they knew who you were, they believed in you. And that's why I started YouTube, because I wanted to be a singer, and I feel like this is the platform to do that. And so I started YouTube doing singing and music, and then I was watching The Biggest Loser and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what, I could do that. I think I should focus on trying to lose this weight, because I've always felt that despite my weight, that I should always keep following my dreams. So I've always gone to auditions. I've always kept with the music no matter what. Even though I was over 600 pounds at one point, I've always kept going and kept pushing the music. And so I started doing the weight loss, and that started picking up, and I was like, wow, it's crazy. And of course, I got to a spot where I felt like, oh, I lost this much weight, I'm doing great, and then that's when you decline and you go backwards, and that's that's happened, over the years. So it's just been one long ride.
Jumoke, I have a question for you. What would you say was your breaking point this time that really made you decide that I need to do something about this weight? What was that moment that just really made you decide I need to do something?
Well, to be honest, that moment didn't come until a month and a half in. I was like, okay, I'm going to start over losing weight again. Oh, yeah. And I was about 12 days in, and then a guy I looked up to named Shay Carl. I don't know if you guys know who Shay Carl is, but he started this thing called Shay Timber. And it was make a video every day of September. And in trying to make a video every day in September, I was getting more and more devoted to what I was doing, and I was like, I could really do this. I was getting more and more motivated to complete, because I never complete something that I never completed. Like if I say I want to make a video for 30 days, I never would complete it, and I was getting more and more motivated to complete it. And so when I completed it, I was like, okay, now what? I have to keep going. And I was making these videos, and I was like getting frustrated, and because the weight it's not coming off as fast as I wanted to come off. And I made this video where I was in my car at the gym, and I was like, I finally see I'm fat. Like I was looking in the mirror, and I could see like that I was fat. Like when you are overweight, you really don't. I don't like. For me, I never paid attention. Like I just lived my life. I didn't I didn't look and say, Jumoke, you're overweight. I kind of did, but it wasn't something that was. I guess I didn't care. So I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, you are overweight. Like this is dangerous. And from that point on, I had to do it. And then I made that video. Actually, when I make these private, like sad videos, I always debate to post them. And I asked my friend, like, I made this video, should I post it? He's like, yes, post it. And then on that day, like, Shay Carl made a video and said he was inspired by my video, and then that just pushed me even more to want to do this and make sure I complete this.
You bring up a great point. I think that when people put the real moments on video, those are the videos that usually touch the most people, because you're reaching that person that's in that low place or that's discouraged, and that motivates them. So I think that's awesome that you're not ashamed to show all your feelings or emotions on camera.
Mhm.
I think that's how we grow on the journey together.
Yeah, I think why I'm always hesitant to post those is because, like, I'll be feeling down for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I'll post that video, go to bed, and wake up the next day, and I'm not feeling like that anymore. And I'll read the comments like, "Don't give up, don't give up," and I'm like, I'm not, like, I want to tell you I'm not, and so those that's the times where I'm like, and plus, you go on YouTube because you want to be motivated and you want to be inspired. You don't want to like be down yourself. So I was like, I don't want to put out a video where someone's gonna feel down, like, and they're gonna feel like, oh, well, Jumoke's feel that way. I was thinking differently. I was thinking, if they watch my video and maybe they're feeding off of that energy, and that's not the energy that I wanted them to feed off of. Like, but everybody seems to take that and be motivated by it, which I didn't expect.
Yeah, I think it helps. At least I'll say for me, when I see you put those videos out, it helps me to realize when I go through those moments that someone who's doing so great on this journey also is going through the same type of moment. So it inspires me to know that if he deals with that and he can wake up the next day and still go to the gym and push and fight hard, then that means that even though I'm in this moment now, I can still push and fight hard, just like Jumoke did. That's what it does for me.
That's awesome. That's kind of that's awesome. Another reason why I do post those videos is because when I'm in that situation again, I'll watch that video, and one of the things I find really crazy is how we know what the outcome of a bad decision is, and we still do it anyway. Like, I'll watch that video or I'll post a video, and 20 minutes later I'm thinking about grubbing on something I shouldn't be eating, and I'm like, I just made a video on how I felt, and I'm thinking, why would I want to sabotage myself? So sometimes I have to, like, go to bed because I'm like, I don't I can't, It's just crazy how that works. Like, your brain, it's wrong or it's bad for you, but you still think about it. It's like, why? But
I have a question, or at least want you to address something that you said to us, at least in the when you sent us that form. You talked about one of your frustrations being that every moment, every meal, every outing is a test for you or anyone on a weight loss journey. Just elaborate on that and talk about how you try to deal with that.
yeah, I like today I went to IHOP with a coworker, and my coworker was running, like, late, and I was sitting there reading the menu, and I'm thinking, do I want to? Am I going to pick the healthy option, or am I going to pick the onion rings that I love, or the chicken strips that I love? And I literally was going back and forth, like, Jumoke, like, what you're trying to do, like, and I even vlogged it, like, you'll see it in the next video, but I was like, Jumoke, like, why would you even, and why? And the thing that stopped me, which, besides wanting to be healthy and live the right healthy life, was I looked at the calories, and an appetizer platter was 1,700 calories, and I was like, I've eaten this before with something else, and I couldn't believe how many calories that was, and I just try to, I say, Jumoke, make the right decision. Everybody. Also, I kind of want to live like I feel like I don't live a normal life. So I want to live a normal, healthy eating life. Like, not everybody who goes to these restaurants or goes out to eat is buying the most greasiest food or the biggest plate. Like there's healthier options on the menu because people are buying it. Like, let's try that life for a while, you know, instead of the how much food could I get for $10 thing, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I hate it. I hate it though. I hate it because every time you have to eat is a choice to make the right decision, and I have to battle that like every time. It hasn't gone away yet.
Jumoke, I know we have a segment at the end of the show dedicated specifically for questions from the viewers, but I think there's going to be a lot of questions because they're already coming in. So I do want to ask you this. Belinda Ball asks, do you consider yourself a food addict?
I will say yes. I will say yes in the because I feel like this whole thing is like an addiction. You know, it's the reason I got to this point is because I love food, and I don't know if I'm replacing food for like something. I'm like I feel like it's an addiction that I am kicking, and that I'm trying to kick every day. But I do feel like it is an addiction of some sort. Just like everybody has their own different vices. Some people smoke, some people drink, some people, and I feel like for some of people like us, like food is a thing that just holds on to us. And I'll think about it. Like there has been nights where I will, I'm about to go to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in my bed thinking about should I eat that before I go to bed. And I'm like, Smokey, why? What's wrong with you? And of course, like nowadays I don't, but I mean, and the reason. And someone asked, do you think the camera keeps you honest? I think it does because I literally have my camera with me, and I wouldn't feel right, like not putting that in if I did binge eat at night or something like that. You know, so yeah.
We have another question from Crazy Carrot 14. She asks, have you had many stalls, and how do you overcome them?
I have many stalls, and this is always a hard question because I feel like I'm still overcoming them. Like I don't know the answer. I don't know how to lose this weight because I'm just doing what I think what I think is right. And maybe like that one day when I am looking at the person that I've never seen before, when I've lost all the weight, I can say, this is how you do it. But I really don't know. I guess what I would just have to say is like everything is a choice. Everything is a choice, and it's either you're gonna pick the healthier option or you're not gonna pick the healthier option, or you're gonna pick to work out today or you're not gonna work out today. And that is something that I learned along this because, again, with the working out, I'll be at home and I'll be like, oh, I didn't work out today. Should I go right now? And the old me wouldn't even process like, Jumoke, this is a choice right here. Either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. And I usually go and do it, even if I don't want to, because I'm trying to get to a goal. And before I wouldn't even think about that, but I'm thinking about like it's a whole process in my brain now. Whenever I'm faced with something like that's like that.
Also, Prairie Princess Tina asked. She may have missed it, but do you follow a specific food program? Like, how is the structure of how you do the journey on a day-to-day basis? How does that function? Like, what do you specifically do?
With eating, well, okay. I was beat because Shay Carl, he did a vegetarian thing a long time ago, and I failed. And I did it again in September. I think I did for 20 days, and I actually completed it. And I was like, wow, being vegetarian really kind of pushed me into finding healthier options to everything and healthier meals to everything. So I tried to keep up being vegetarian, but so I like coming up with concoctions and different foods and different meals because it keeps it interesting for me. So I'll think like, oh, that's a good idea, tacos. How could I make that vegetarian? And I kind of like have fun with it and make random things. That's why I kind of like posting my recipe videos, and then I kind of don't like it because like it's not really. It's just me making up something, and oh, it looked good. It came out good. Like, oh, that's cool. But I try to. I'm trying to do this in the most realistic, fun way possible. Like I'm trying not to cut. I mean, I'm trying to make it exciting for myself, because if I eat grilled chicken every day, like I done before in the past or something like that, it bores me, and I can't live. That's not real. Like I'm not really gonna live like that forever, just eating some grilled chicken. And plus, I have a long way to go, so I think about like I have to like make meals be fun. I don't have a specific plan. All I do is I make sure that all the meals that I eat are low in calorie. They're not over like they're not a lot of calories.
I was going to ask, do you log your food?
Do
you track it?
I do not log my food, but I just when I'm cooking something, I try to make sure that like it's around 400, 500 calories, something like that. I don't really yeah. Yep. Because I feel like I'm gonna like go insane if I log everything, and I just put in a video. So I'm like, okay.
All right, I have first just to let everyone know because some people might have missed it and someone actually asked. Jumoke's channel is Jumoke TV Fitness, and we'll put a link in the description within like 15 minutes of the show closing. But Zen Maiden 1 has a question, and she asked, Jumoke, what type of mental work has been the most significant to you on the journey relating past to present?
Honestly, I think a lot of the mental work and a lot of it all, it happened over time. Like I was starting out doing this, and I'm just doing it because I want to lose the weight. But as the months go on, I won't even say the results pushed it. I want to say as the months go on and you get in a routine of working out and eating healthy, you kind of get used to it, and you kind of want to work out now. You kind of want to eat right, eat healthy. And then when you do eat bad, you feel like crap. Like you feel horrible, and the food doesn't do anything for you anymore at that point, and you just feel like what, you're lost. And like I can say that I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy picking out a healthy meal. I don't enjoy the challenge when I'm with people who don't have to pick a healthy meal. That's the hard part, when like we go out and I'm at a birthday party and there's everything I used to have and everything just there. I'm like, oh, okay. That's the part I don't enjoy.
How old are you, by the way?
I knew that question was going to come at some point. I have a baby face, so if people don't know. I'm 28.
That's what I was going to guess. I was going to guess 28 or 29. I'm 29, so.
Coolio.
Jumoke, I know you have said in the past, or in the application that you sent in, that a lot of your friends are healthy and skinny, and it's difficult because you find yourself like in an awkward situation there. I want you to explain that a little bit, but I do want to say, it's my belief anyway, that skinny does not equal healthy. Someone
Oh
that
yeah, I know.
skinny can, and I know you know that, but someone that's skinny can drop dead from a heart attack. They can have a stroke. They have could have a myriad of health problems themselves. And a lot of times you'll notice that in those particular cases, those situations go unnoticed, because how many times have we heard of an athlete who is physically fit and thin or skinny dropping dead from an unknown heart condition or something else? So do I believe that being heavier can contribute to more health problems? I do. But I also think that people that are skinny, there's walking time bombs that are skinny, and there's walking time bombs that are huge. But I know the emotional end of it is hard for you, and I've been in that same situation before. Fill everybody in a little bit on that and how you deal with it, and do you feel like the outsider, or do you just feel comfortable around them because they're your friends?
I have some awesome friends. I never take that away from them. The only issue is that they there's no one who has a weight issue like me. So no one, I can't like they're not gonna get it. And so I will feel alone in a group of friends. And that's a weird situation to be in when you feel kind of like you have this thing that you are dealing with, and like you can't relate to the people you're hanging out with. And so that's the hard part about it. I mean, I can go online, I can talk to everybody online, but in person, it's just like just all these, like I do a lot of things. I sing and I go to all these events and things, and people do what they want. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to think about what they're eating or what they're putting in their body. They're gonna go to sleep skinny. They're gonna wake up skinny, and that type. I'm like, ah.
And we also feel like people are judging us because when the skinny person is there and stuff, they're just doing what they want. But every move we make, we're worried about. Are they thinking something about me? What are they saying about me? Are they talking about me? And that's a terrible feeling, but that a lot of people that are overweight have to deal with that. So I totally understand what you're saying. I mean, it is crazy.
Yeah, and being the biggest one in the group, like wherever we go, like let's say you can have good friends, but sometimes they do stupid things, right? If they do something stupid, the people are not going to remember them. They're going to remember me. They're going to remember that, like, that guy.
Yeah.
So I always think about stuff like that too.
I have a question. How often do you weigh yourself, and do you let that number on the scale dictate you? And what's your view on the scale?
The weighing, what people don't know actually is that I do have a scale at home. And I do not use that scale as my official weigh-in because I can move a certain way and it gives me a different number. And the reason why I started going to where I get my weigh-ins at was because I was too heavy for the scale that I had, and at that point I was too heavy for it, and it wouldn't give me a number. And so I started going to where I get my weigh-ins now. After I was able to get on my scale at home, I started getting addicted to the scale number and going on it every single day, and that will stress you out even more. So I do not go on that scale at all anymore. I try to have a weigh-in twice a month, and yeah. Another thing I started getting addicted to was, it's so crazy how you can get addicted to things. I would go in the mirror and just look at my face and just be like, oh, it's like, am I like, is this chin going away? Like every day, like, and I was like, Jumoke, you're not using the scale, now you're looking in the mirror. Like, what is it? Like, So those little things like would just stress me out because I'd be like, I'm working so hard and like
I
where's
think we're looking for those changes to help motivate us and keep us going, because it gets overwhelming when you're eating right and you're working out and you don't know if anything's changing. I mean, and that can be frustrating. So I
yeah,
understand that.
especially like me like so like big that I could say I lost 70 pounds and someone might see it somewhere, but like I don't always see it. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like where like I want to have like I'm still like and it gets it gets depleting, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. Like I'm really enjoying it, so I keep going.
That's awesome.
All right, I have a question actually that came through email before the show. So that should let you know, everybody, you got to send your questions in and email them to us. We'll tell you how later. But this is from Sunray Goddess, and she asks, besides the physical aspect, how has your journey influenced other areas of your life?
Um, that's I feel like it influenced other areas of my life in a negative way, and I feel like other aspects of my life have influenced my weight loss in a positive way. Like saying, I've always believed in myself, and like I want to be a singer. I would go to that audition no matter what weight I was, no matter what. Like I always believed like I could. Like, the weight was not a hint. It was not an issue when it was an issue, and the journey, like I take in the aspects I have with the music and the aspects I have with other aspects of my life, and I applying it to my music. Like if I work, I mean, I'm applying it to my weight loss. Like if I work as hard on my weight loss as I do with my music, then I should be seeing the results I want. Like my weight. It took a while to figure out that my weight is an issue, and I work so hard in other things to overcompensate for the weight. Like oh, I want to be the best this, I want to be the best that, I want to be the best that. But at the end of the day, I'm still unhealthy, and I had to like want to be the I had to be the I wanted to, I can't talk. I had to figure out like losing this weight. I had to focus my energy on that as much as I do with the other stuff. And yeah, so I just have to remember like this is something I really want too. Like I said, I always tell myself like Jumoke, the things you really want, you get. And this is the most important thing that I want. And and for some reason, you're not fighting for it. Why? And so I decided that I have to fight for it.
Well, how do you think your weight, or maybe you don't think it has at all, but how has your weight, if any, affected your singing, affected your performing, and also the opportunities that you get as a performer? How do you think it's affected it, or has it?
Well, a lot of to do with singing is like breath control and stuff like that. And I feel like when I do lose the weight, that my breathing will be better and that will improve. And there's just different aspects. You could say like because I am the weight that I am, that I do get some attention with like these TV shows and things that I maybe I would just be an average Joe to them, but because I'm way overweight, they give me a chance to be on their show so they could try to make fun of me or whatever. But because I sing, because I know how to sing. Okay, like American Idol, I was on American Idol season 5, and the reason I think that I was chosen was because at that time I worked at Krispy Kreme, and they wanted to do this whole like Krispy Kreme thing, and of course they edited it all down, and they edited all of it, and they didn't show me sing. They cut out the singing part, and I was just like I couldn't believe it, but they showed me at work. and they showed the judges saying no, and they showed this stuff, but like it was just a really weird. And I had passed like 2 or 3 rounds before that, but they didn't show any of that singing. They just showed like me at Krispy Kreme, and like it was just weird. So I feel like my weight is a hindrance. And actually, let's say this: my music. I write songs about my weight loss journey now. I'm turning my issue and making it into a positive one to just inspire people to be themselves. The weight loss songs that I write, no one's out there doing that. No one is writing about their battle with food, and I feel like that's a big issue. And no one has no songs about it. No one's publicly saying like this is what's going on. Like, so no one has anybody to really relate to on a larger scale in music when it comes to issues of food. And it's a big issue. And people write about cars and money and relations and all that stuff, but like, okay, what about other stuff? Like this is, it's real.
Yeah. Well, I've heard your singing, and I think it's absolutely great. And I think that it's sad that we live in a world where so many times people are judged by their weight, that are entertainers or go on these shows. I mean, how many times have you watched Bachelor or Bachelorette and seen somebody that's overweight? You don't even see overweight people on game shows half of the time, unless it's a random game show like Price is Right, where they don't have a choice, unless when people are handing their tickets, they're like, don't put that one in the tank. We don't want that person coming down the aisle. But in all seriousness, that's a shame, because you do have a voice, but unfortunately, I can only speak for America, and I would assume other countries, so much is based on looks. Yeah. And so many people that are gems and diamonds are getting overlooked just because they're overweight or just because they have a disability or whatever it is. And to me, it's crazy. But I don't see the industry changing. So,
yeah, I feel like when the industry changes sometimes, but the only reason it changes is because someone has got something behind them, and then the industry is like, oh, well, we can market that, and I don't know, I feel like I'm onto something. When I made my first weight loss song called "I Hate You Food," it was like, it was kind of like a joke. I didn't even think anything of it. And then I was like, hey, maybe I'm onto something. And so I started writing more and more. And right now I'm working on an album that is going to be about weight loss stuff. And also the album that's going to be about weight loss stuff, I want it to be like you can work out to it, and like I want it to be universal. Like people are going to be like dancing, because people don't listen to lyrics anyway, but I want people to be like dancing in the club, and they're like, wait, is he singing about chicken? What is he? Like, like I want, like, I don't know, I think that those things are fun to watch, and people are like, wait, what is he singing about? Okay.
We have a question from Crazy Running Mom, Brooke. She says, a lot of your videos involve hardcore workouts. How has exercise changed your life?
I don't think they involve hardcore workouts. Sometimes I feel like I should push harder. Without working out, eating healthy, you're kind of going to stall a little bit. There was a time where I worked out just as much as I worked out now and didn't eat right, and it did nothing. When I work out, I'm trying to get to a goal right now, and then after that, I also want to like take up like boxing or like kickboxing or something. Like once I reach this goal, I'm going to take up another sport or something just to keep it alive and keep it. Because I never was into sports. Well, I liked sports, but I never was in it because I didn't have the stamina to do it. But I'm just like, I feel like I could work out more sometimes. But you know, I don't know if I answered that question all the way.
Well, it's great that you're out there moving. You're showing people that no matter what size you are, you can't. There's no excuses to be made. Whether you walk, 50 steps. I mean, the key is to just keep moving, and everybody can do something.
Yeah,
And that's what I think you're showing people.
Yeah, that's one thing that I like to put as a message in my videos. Like, I am over 500 pounds. Like, if I can get out here and do some type of cardio, whether it's at the gym or whether it's walking, you can too. And also, if I can get over my self-consciousness and go to the gym, and despite people may look at me or whatever, I feel like anybody can do it. Because those thoughts go in my head all the time, but I just block it out, and if you can too. That's kind of how I look at it.
That's a good point. We have another question from Monica, MD Experience 2011. She says, Jumoke, are your family, especially your parents and siblings, obese? And also, how supportive has your family been with your journey?
They are not, I don't want to say obese, but, well, maybe according to some charts somewhere, but they're like, I want to say like middle America, like, I don't know, like base, like not overweight, not skinny, just average. And my mom, actually, I'll probably get her in a video very soon. She joined the gym now, and she's lost 10 pounds since I started. And my sister, she's always asking me, like, what are these meals you're making? And I'm like, check out my video, you can see it. But yeah, so my mom has joined the gym, same gym I go to, and she's lost 10 pounds. So I think we're doing it slowly. We're getting there. They're very supportive. Sometimes I don't like them watching my videos because when I post a video, it's kind of like me venting to, like, not like, if I was going to tell you what I was thinking, I would tell you, Mom. Yeah.
I have a question that's probably a little bit could be tough. It's one of those questions that people probably wouldn't ask, but I'm going to ask because I think it's important. I remember you saying you've never been at a healthy weight even since you were a child. I know you said your family's middle of the road, as is mine. I have some siblings that are overweight and some that aren't. But do you feel that, like, it's not about blaming, and I understand that, but do you pin any responsibility on your parents or anybody when you were a child for your weight at that time until you really took control of it, or you just look at it as, it is what it is and I can't go back, so I'm going to move forward? How do you look at that whole aspect?
I really don't blame them. Only, like, my mom, they made all the fried food all the time, and they made healthy stuff too. But I remember as a kid, my mom saying, like you shouldn't, maybe, like, why are you eating that? You're only eating that because you see it, or you maybe should eat this healthy thing or something like that. So they were always concerned about it, and it annoyed me to death. Like, I would just be so angry when someone would say that, like, you're only eating that because you see it, and I'm like, that's not true. Like, and it was true, but they always, like, were, like, trying to get me to be healthier. So yeah, so I don't blame them for that. I just feel like at some point I grabbed onto food, and I mean, maybe it was just all I knew. I don't know. I was a big kid, so I never thought anything of my weight at all until, like, maybe middle school or high school. But before that, weight was never an issue. I didn't even think about it. So yeah, I don't. I just no. I I take responsibility for that. I feel like it was just a gradual thing that happened uh,
Yeah.
that I did.
So, we have another question from, and I'll probably say it wrong, but it's a Glow Hen. Um, she asked, "Do you have?" Well, actually, this is all of us, I guess. But we'll, of course, ask Jamoki first. Do you have a health condition that makes it hard for you to do a proper diet? And the reason why she asks is that her sugar keeps dropping. So I guess she just wants to know if we have anything like that. Jamoki?
I do not, and that's also another reason why I push so hard right now because I feel like I'm young, and for some reason, I to like I think about the weight I am. Like for some reason, I'm very mobile. I'm very like I feel like I can do it, and I need to be doing it, and I don't, maybe if I don't do it now, it can get worse, and I don't want to be at a space where I'm not able to be flexible or able to move or able to do the things that I need to do. Um, so I don't have any conditions actually at all. I remember last time I got checked up, and they was like, you're good, and that threw me off because I was expecting them to say, hey, you have this issue, you have this issue, and they didn't, and yeah, so yep.
Well, there's another question, and for the host, we'll try to answer that question right before we go off the air. But for Jamoki, this is from Crazy Karad 14. I'm sure I said that wrong. What is the most important part of your journey? Is it the weight loss, the better quality of life, or the mental growth?
I know this is going to sound cliche or something, but a lot of the things I do is to inspire younger people to love who they are and um, let them know that they have someone who is in their shoes or who was in their shoes and they're doing something. Like I feel like when I was younger and overweight, there was nobody to look to say like I can relate to you. There was nobody. I felt just alone, and I always wanted to. I want to be that friend to that person who feel like they have no friends, and that I want to be that light too. I want to like prove like get healthy because because you need to get healthy, but don't wait until you are to live your life. And that's pretty much the message in everything that I do. Um, so I feel like the mental is important and the physical is important, but it's all towards that one goal of just because I was talked about as a kid, but I pretended that it didn't bother me, but of course it did, and I feel like young people that are overweight don't have anybody to relate to, and I just want to be that person. So that's my goal. That's my main thing.
We have a lot of requests coming in for your music. They want to know where they can find your music at. Can you give them the channel that your music's on?
My channel that has my music is Jumoke TV, and I do have a single called Burger Rock on iTunes if you're interested. And I do write other songs too, but also this is a exclusive to you guys. If any of you remember, I made a song called Cheeseburger, and it was an entry into Internet Icon I made the top 100, so next month I'm going to LA to compete for Internet Icon. So that'll be fun. I'll be talking about my weight loss songs and yeah.
That's great. Yeah, they're mentioning the cheeseburger song. So
Yeah.
All right, so this will probably be the final question. And I'm gonna ask this because this is from Zen Maiden 1, and she asked, and think about this question in two parts. First, she asked, do you have concerns about excess skin? And then she also asked, do you plan on having plastic surgery in the future? And this is something that's been going around a lot on YouTube lately. A lot of people are talking about it as they come closer to the end of their journey. So how would you answer that?
Do I have concerns about it? I don't have as much concern about it as concern about still being overweight. Like, I just want to lose this weight, and if I have excess skin, yeah, I'll have surgery to get it off. But like, that's not going to stop me from, like, I know some people that does stop them from wanting to lose the weight because they feel like they're going to have excess skin, and I feel like that's just I'd rather be able to wear the clothes I want and feel good about losing the weight than care about excess skin. So, but the only time I really thought about it actually was if you guys watched my last video, very recent actually, and I was playing basketball and I saw my cell and I was like, wow, I feel like I never thought that maybe I didn't think about me having a lot of excess skin. But after that I was like, huh, there's a lot of fat on my body. Like, it's gonna be a lot. So we'll have to cross that when we get to it. But it doesn't bother me at this point.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we're out of time for Jumoke. And
Wow.
yeah, it went by so fast. But we just want to thank you for being on, and thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for just being so candid and open with us and how you answered the questions and what you told us. And I'll let Julie and Rob say their parting goodbyes to you as well.
thank you for showing us who you are. It's been a really great experience being on the show with you, and I can't wait to follow the rest of your journey.
Thank you, guys.
Jumoke, I know you're going to do amazing. I can see the dedication within your eyes. I wish you nothing but the best, and you go kick butt at that competition coming up, because I know you can win that. I've listened to you sing, and you are amazing. And don't let your size ever stop you. And I know you won't, because you've made that clear. But that's so important. You are good at what you do, and you go kick butt.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for even having me be on the show. I mean, the weight loss community is amazing, and the support and the love is just out of this world. Like, I think about you guys a lot in decisions, in everything. But I'm like, if the temptation comes along, I'm like, well, I know people are believing in me and they're fighting their temptations because they believe that I do. So I have to make sure that I don't do this. I think about you guys a lot, and the love you guys give me, and it's just amazing. And, thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jumoke. All right, so we just thank you, guys, for asking all these great questions, and sorry we couldn't get to them all, but we are actually going to just meet up with Jumoke a little after and figure out a way to get all the questions answered. You may get some private messages, you may just get responses here in the comments, or you may even get a response video or two from Jumoke, either on this channel or his channel, answering your questions. But we want to make sure that all of them get answered. So now we just wanted to try to take a couple of minutes and address any things that questions that you had. There's one right now that I can think of that we all didn't get to answer. I think only Rob answered it. But Brooke, Crazy Running Mom, asked last week what would happen to our channels if or once we hit maintenance. And I guess I can say for me, well, my channel is still going to be around. People always ask me with my website and with the YouTube channel, are you going to change your name? Fat Guy Skinny Wallet. Are you going to change your name once you lose weight? I don't think I will. But, you know, I guess we'll just see what happens. But I'm going to stick around. I'm doing a lot of things as far as with nutrition, learning a lot, and I have a lot of goals that I haven't really talked about with fitness and nutrition as far as being able to help others once I get to a point where, you know, where I can. And, of course, weightlifting is a huge part of my life now, so I'll be doing that because I have some crazy goals that by the time I hit maintenance, I won't be close to hitting those goals. So I'll have a long way to go on a lot of things. And, I mean, maintenance doesn't mean that the battle's over. It just means that we got to a point where, you know, we are no longer trying to lose weight. We're no longer trying to eat in a caloric deficit and count and make sure that we're here. But now we're just trying to maintain what we have while still getting healthier. So I'll always be in a race to be healthy. So how about you, Julie?
I got 13 pounds to go, and then I'm out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm definitely going to be sticking around. I hope to bring more of how I want to inspire my family to my channel, showing things that I'm doing with my kids and meals that I'm preparing or things like that. I also have a bunch of running races I'm going to have to keep you guys updated on. And I'm still going to be fighting the same battle that I've been fighting this whole time, losing weight. And I need you guys for support. And I just can't imagine, like, continuing my journey of maintenance without you. I mean, staple in my journey. And I need you guys. So I'm going to stay. You're stuck.
Okay, and Rob, is there, I know you did address the question last week, but is there either anything that you want to say to that or any other questions that stood out from tonight or through email that you wanted to kind of address?
Nope. Really, last week was about us, and a lot of people asked questions, so we really didn't have a lot of email questions coming in. I think next week there will be more, obviously. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay, so, and you guys know that, so I'll be around.
And now we just want to tell you guys a little bit about the next few weeks. So I believe that Rob is going to tell us about the next week, and then Julie will tell us about the week after.
Okay, you guys, next Tuesday is going to be absolutely amazing. Jenny Barnett, who is just a photo girl, will be here to share her journey, her life story with us. Emailing questions, you can send them in as the show is going on so that we can answer those for you. I have a feeling Jenny's going to have some work to do after the show responding to questions because she is just amazing within this community. So don't miss next week's show. Just a Photo Girl will be here, and I am so excited.
And Julie?
A week after that, we will have Tina Krem, who is going to be showing us who she is and how strong she is. And I'm really excited to hear about, I hope that she'll talk about her neck, like this new phase, this new workouts that she's doing. And she's just an inspiring person, and she's so compassionate, and I'm super excited to have her on. She is one of the hardest working people I know, and she has a full plate out on the prairie. So I'm super excited to have her.
And the week after that, we're going to have Crazy Running Mom, Brooke, on the show, and I'm very excited. I mean, one, if you guys follow her, she has an amazing personality, and she will have you guys laughing and thinking at the same time throughout the entire show. She is a runner, but she's also getting into weight training and push-ups. I'm calling her out on the air now, by the way, about this. And she is just she is just great as far as the mental aspect of this journey as well. So make sure you're here for that. For all of our guests, you can email questions ahead of time to renewshow@gmail.com, and email questions for us, email questions for the upcoming guests as well. Um, and we just want to thank you again for tuning in. And just remember, you can check it out on the channel, even if you didn't get to watch it all today, or if you want to watch it again. Uh, keep looking for the next 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll throw Jumoke's link in as well, so you can follow his channels. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
See you next
Thanks.
week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.